With Amazon EKS Hybrid Nodes and Spectro Cloud Palette, you can seamlessly stretch Kubernetes clusters from the public cloud to on-premises hosts in your data centers. Hybrid cloud has never been easier. In the next 5 minutes, you'll see how Palette integrates with Amazon EKS Hybrid Nodes, including importing and monitoring a hybrid cluster, creating a new hybrid node pool, and more. Let's get started. Before we dive into the UI demo, I'm going to show a quick architecture diagram. This is what a hybrid cluster looks like at a high level. On the left, in the US East 1 region in the public cloud, we have an EKS cluster, which is the control plane for the overall stretched cluster. We also have a transit gateway. There are two ways to connect on-premises worker nodes with the control plane, either Amazon Direct Connect or some form of site-to-site VPN. Here we have a site-to-site VPN tunnel between two locations. One is at the edge, one is in a data center. Each location has a hybrid node, which is acting as a worker node for the overall stretched cluster. And you'll note that they are each in a distinct private network. This VPN connectivity is what enables the power of a stretched hybrid Kubernetes cluster. With that out of the way, let me show you what it looks like in Palette. Here we have a cluster called EKS Hybrid Cluster. As you can see, we have 3 node pools, one in the cloud and 2 hybrid. The cloud node pool has 2 workers that are running an AWS EC2. The hybrid workers are running in a private data center connected to AWS using a VPN tunnel. If I go to the cluster overview, I can show you how we got there. So I imported a cluster, I specified my name, the name of the cluster, EKS Hybrid, and the cloud type is Amazon. We need full permissions, and that's it. So this is how we would import a pre-existing EKS hybrid cluster. What you see here is a prompt telling us to apply a specific manifest to the cluster using your kubeconfig and kubectl. Once you do that, it installs the Spectro Cloud agent, which initiates a registration process with our management plane. Once that completes, the cluster is ready to be brought under Palette's management and hybrid node pools can be configured. As you can see, this command was already executed for the cluster I showed you just a second ago. Therefore, I'm not going to redo it and we won't have to wait. You can see here the cluster is healthy. We've installed Nginx on it and it has those hybrid pools I was just showing you. There's one more step though before we could configure those pools. Following the successful import, you'd have to go to Settings, Hybrid Configuration, Enable Hybrid Cluster Capability, and here you specify some metadata related to EKS hybrid nodes. I won't go over everything in detail. Suffice to say that once all of this information has been properly inputted and saved, the cluster is ready to begin managing hybrid nodes. So back to the Nodes tab. As you can see here, we have these 2 hybrid pools. Each pool is backed by a hybrid profile. As you can see, one of them is on version 1.29, the other is on version 1.30. If we go into Edit Pool, we can again see the overall health, which is a heartbeat and an overall status. We can also see the details of the hybrid profile that was selected, which includes the operating system layer, Kubernetes layer, and CNI. We can optionally configure NTP servers, and we can add and remove hybrid hosts to this pool, and we can even configure certain aspects of the hosts if we need to. Now, this pool is on version 1.29. If we want to upgrade the pool, it's as simple as clicking into the profile and selecting a new profile with a higher version. As you can see here, this profile is on version 1.30. We click Confirm, and when we click Confirm here, the upgrade will begin. Now I'm going to skip that because it's already been done with this pool here, which we see is on version 1.30. But I will demonstrate creating a new pool. If we'd like to create a new pool, all we need is a pre-registered host. So I'll call this Hybrid Pool 3, and I already have a pre-registered host. I'll select the profile, select my host. I have this one ready to go. Now these hosts, edge hosts, become registered with the Palette platform after you install an agent on them in another flow very similar to how we imported the cluster. That's out of the scope for this demo though. So this host is ready, and I will add it to the pool. And here we have it, a third pool. It's in provisioning. It'll take a few minutes for it to come up, so we won't get to see that. But while that's running, I will switch to the Events tab, where we can see events for the overall stretched cluster. As you can see, we're getting events from the kubelet, from the scheduler, and our agent, etc. We can also drill down into more granular components, such as every individual hybrid node, and then we can also see an aggregated view for each pool. So if I was to select hybrid pool 1, we would see events for all of the hybrid nodes in this pool, which, as you can see, provides a single pane of glass observability platform for these stretched clusters. Of course, if we need to deprecate one of these pools, it's as simple as clicking delete. And if we need to create new pools or expand them, it's as simple as registering additional hybrid nodes and modifying the pool settings. As you can see, the Palette Management Platform is a perfect partner for Amazon EKS Hybrid Nodes. Using Palette, you can easily bring an EKS cluster under management and create hybrid worker pools that stretch from the public cloud to your private data centers. This unlocks powerful use cases, such as leveraging on-prem GPU capacity, cloud bursting on-prem workloads, simplified disaster recovery, and more. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time.